everyone, and welcome back to Shiko Hope TV USA. My name is Shiko Hope, and this is your home of hope, where we say it is possible. Inawezekana. Yes, na kama kawaida, I'm back again with another video, and as the title says, today we are answering the question, is it worth it to come to the US? Okay? That is the question that we are going to, that is the topic today. We are going to look at that, okay? Yes, as usual, this is where we answer all your questions. And this is the question that has been asked by many people who are like, is it really worth it to relocate to the US, okay? So let's go. I'm on the way to the store where I normally go every time I'm taking a video. I know nowadays now you are familiar with the area, and I'll definitely give you a tour as we continue talking and discussing the topic today about, is it really worth it? So guys, situendeni kaende, okay? So I know, and this is the truth, that we are so many people who have the American dream, okay? Whose dream is to go to the US, and some of us have achieved the dream, are living the dream, and some are still dreaming, okay? Yes, and let me say this. God has blessed us differently. We are all blessed differently, right? And I can say, when I was coming to the US, I can't say that I was lacking food. I can't say that nilikuwa nalala bila food. I can't say that I could not afford school fees for my kids. I can't say that I was nilikuwa nakosa pesa ya nyumba, although I was not renting. I had my own house. I was living in the village. So I can't say that I was that badly off. I wasn't jobless. I had a job. I had a career. Even if I didn't get that business, I had a career. I would go back to get to employment and get employed in school, because teaching is my career, okay? Yes, so and other people, I know God has blessed us differently. Other people are earning more money and making good money. Maybe their businesses are making more profit every day, every month. So, and others are jobless. Others even putting food on the table is a hassle. School fees is a disaster. Some can't even afford to pay the rent. They have rent arrears. Some are average. They are just living because they can afford what they can, and they are doing good. They are okay. So I don't know where you are, you as a person. I don't know where you are. But answering this question, I can't answer the question to everyone or for everybody. Decision lies with you, within you. Decision lies within you. Someone somewhere asked a question. I think we were live in one of our live sessions. She asked, or rather he asked, Shiko, I make 300,000 Kenyan shillings per month, and I live in my own house. My kids enjoy the best life, and then I hear when I come to the US, I'll have to start from scratch. Is it really worth it? Shiko, be frank with me. Is it really worth it? To leave my 300K every month, come to the US and maybe start making that in the US. Tell me, is it really worth it? So answering that question to that guy, and to any of you who is watching this video, there are some factors to consider, even for everything, even before, even not only DV or moving to the US. Everything we do, there are some factors we consider. Even moving from one place to another, we also consider some factors. And let me say this, that one of the factors to consider is if you are a family man or not, if you have kids and their ages. Let's say, for example, of course, the man who asked is a family man. He has a family, he has a wife and 3 kids. He pays school fees, he feeds them, he clothes them, and he is driving. The wife is driving, they have a business. And taking literally, if we can check at their budget, if we can look at that family's budget, let's say he has 2 children in high school and 1 in primary school. The schools where the children goes is not a cheap school. They are not cheap schools because 2 are in high school and 1 is in primary school. So after this 300K, he has to pay for school fees. He has to pay for other school-related expenses, food for the family, and the bills kama kawaida. Okay? And the bills kama kawaida. The cars, maybe he has car notes. Maybe he pays for the cars, etc. Maybe by the end of the day, the amount of money he is saving, we can say it's like 50K after all the bills are paid, or maybe less. But we can give him 50K. That's what he manages to save every month. When you come to the US, okay, before you come to the US, let's look for this person, this person who is making less than 100K per month, or maybe who is making less than 10K per month, because it is a person who gets vibaruas, and they are not regular vibaruas. They are just Mama Fua, Soko, Mama Soko, Kibanda, sometimes Mujengos, and it is not daily. Okay, so let's focus at this person who is making 20K and below, or maybe someone who is employed in an M-Pesa shop making like 10K, 15K. Those ones who works in town, mostly I see like they are paid 15,000 to 20K per month. Now those are the most people that we see in town every day, selling us phones, selling us those ones working in hotels, etc. Right? Sisi ndizo wanalipwa in town 15K to 20K. So if we compare a person making 20K per month, that person hata hakuna haja ya kuuliza if it is worth it. Definitely it's worth it. There is no question about it. It is definitely worth it. Go to the US quickly, as quickly as the door opens. Okay, go to the US, move faster. Actually, even if you make 50K per month, even if you make 200K, even if you make 100K, Kenyan money, that is, go to the US as fast as possible. Even without kids or with kids, that factor of kids doesn't apply to you. Move faster to the US so long as the door is open. But the person asking this question is that one who is earning 300 and above, 300K and above. So if that door opens and you find yourself in the US, and you are so much eager to get your social security card and start working, and the job that you get mostly, here I don't hide anything. So let's say you go to Seattle, Washington and start caregiving job, and you are paid $20 per hour. That is the average of what they give. They pay there, 20 per hour. $20 per hour. You are working as a caregiver, 8 hours per shift, or maybe 10 or 12. But it depends with the facility. Okay? Haya, tufanya hesabu. $20 per hour. Let's say you're working a shift of 10 hours because you want to work 4 days, and each day is 10 hours. So 20 per day, 20 per hour times 10 hours, that is 1 day, that is $200 1 day. Paycheck is paid every 2 weeks. So per week is $20 times 40. That's 800. That is 1 week. So in 2 weeks, you are making $1,600 US. That is before tax. So a paycheck is $1,600 minus tax. 1 month is $3,200 minus tax. So if you minus the tax, you are left with around 28. No, tumeona ni how much? 16 plus 16, that is 32. You minus taxes, medical, federal, state tax, hizo zote zikikatwa, deductions zote zikikatwa, you get 2,800. We are just estimating, guys. Girigere na magana manana siadora. That's 2,800 per month, and that is if you're earning 20. So if you're earning less than 20, you get less money. If you work overtime, the more you earn, the more you are taxed. That's why I don't advocate for new immigrants to work overtime. It is better you get 2 jobs than you work overtime in 1 job. That is a hack I'm selling to you guys. When you come to the US, don't work yourself overtime. Get another job instead. Because Mr. Sam will tax you from your overtime. And at the end of the day, it is not worth it. It is better you get another job. It is better you get a second job than work overtime in the same job. So let's assume you didn't work overtime. You worked those 40 hours per week. So you have yourself 2,800, and that is equivalent to how much in Kenya right now? Right now, a dollar is exchanging at 130, right? Ebu exchange, it is almost what you are making in Kenya. It is almost what you are making in Kenya, and that is 1 job. If you get a job, if you get time, you can work another job part-time. Of course, I don't advocate 2 full-time jobs because you will die. You are killing yourself. But a part-time job is worth it. You can try and work part-time in the second job. And if this one you want 2,800, so the other one you'll make 1,400. when the taxes are taken out. Okay, now 2800 plus 1400 zinakuja gapi? 2800 Kenya benyigera 2800 plus 1400 zinakuja 4200. That is 4200. So that money, it is enough to pay for your bills, and you get something to save in your bank account. Actually, it is enough. But one job, it's not enough. One job, it is from the hand to mouth. From hand to mouth. And that means that you'll be surviving from paycheck to paycheck. You'll have nothing to save. You'll have nothing to invest if you work one job. And that is a minimum of $20 per hour. No overtime, no second job. But with a second job, you will be able to make ends meet and get something to save. If you are a couple, man is working, the woman is working, now you are making enough money, even more than enough, because it is 4,200. If both of you are working full-time jobs and part-time jobs, that is 4,200 times 2. That is 8,400 when the taxes are taken off. Okay, so 8,400, that is even more than enough. That is even more than enough. Let's assume you are not making, both of you are not taking the second job. You are surviving in one job. So it is 2,800 times 2, which is 5,600, which is not that bad. But for a family which is trying to settle, it is not enough. Sana sana if you are in Washington State, all those expensive states. Okay, let's assume you are not married, you are a single person, and you are not married. So maybe you got a job which is the same, $20. So you need to have, maybe take a roommate so that you can cost share the rent, the bills, so that you can be able to maintain yourself. And before you get that roommate, of course, you need to have created some network. Or maybe you get lucky enough and maybe get a live-in caregiver job where you will not be paying rent, you'll be spending time, and shelter is actually house is provided. You'll be staying there, you'll be living in that place where you are doing caregiving. Now let's assume you are a career person, you are not interested, or maybe you are not okay in the caregiving job. So there is nothing like living caregiving. So maybe you work somewhere like in warehouse, like in Amazon, like in DHL, FedEx. You work in USPS, you work in grocery stores, gas station, where you have to go home. You have to go home at the end of the day. You have to go home. So you need a house, you need an apartment. So you will need someone to cost share the bills with if you are single. If you are not single, you are married, then you are better. You have a partner who is also working, and you will not be so much oppressed by the bills. Now, this somebody who asked the question, who is making 300,000 Kenyan shillings in Kenya, and when he comes here, he'll be making 8,400 together with the wife, everyone making 40 what? 4,200. Now he'll be making 8,400. Yeah, 8,400. Yes, sababu za Kenya na za huku zinanikanganya. So 1 minute guys, I swipe this. Okay, like that. So it is up to you. For me, I don't advise anybody. I just show you the math. I show you the mathematics. This is how it is. This is how it is. One thing, you'll need a car. You're also driving where you are. You need a car. That is one of the most important thing. Once you move from your host place, the next thing is getting a car. And then, it is not a must that you start with moving out. You can even start with getting a car. Because your needs will make you decide what to get first. To move out or to get a car. Most people get cars before they move out. This is because if you don't get a car and you survive on Ubers, Uber will drain your pocket dry. I always say that. Uber will drain your pocket dry. And your host is not available to take you to your errands, to take you to job, to take you to your whatever activities that you want to do. So, it is better you get an Uber or you get a car before you move out. Sana if you are a single person. This is because you can get a better paying job farther away than the job that is close to you, and you need a car to go to that job. And getting a car is very easy so long as you have something to put down, because you don't have good credit, because you haven't built your credit by that time. Getting a car is easier if you have some down payment, and because you want to get that down payment to pay for the car, so you need to work hard. So maybe your first salary and your first paycheck and second paycheck, you dedicate that to getting a car before you move out from your host. And this is to you who is not paying your host, because if you are paying your host, then you'll have to get money to pay for the to pay for the bills at your host place, and then manage the rest to get a car. So at the start, it might not look so pleasing because you are pressed by what you want and the money at hand is not enough. But eventually, whenever you get a car, you get your wings to fly. Personally, I love and I like it. I love it and I like it whenever I see a new person getting a car. It doesn't matter whether you are at your host place or you are out of your host place, because I know once you get a car, now you have wings to fly. You can go to work even like 30 miles away. You can even do 2 jobs, or other people even do 3 jobs. Yeah, some people do 3 jobs. And with a car, you are just flexible. Getting a car is very convenient, because that job that you are getting paid at 20, you can get another job paying $25 somewhere else. Okay, so the ones who are single and those who are like making less money back in Africa, my advice is there is nothing to think about. Come to the US the way you are. Definitely you will not regret. At first, it is not rosy. It is just like kuanzia msingi, starting a foundation. And you know, starting something is very hard. But once you start, things will definitely flow. As time goes, as you continue maneuvering your ways, creating networks, updating your resume, and discovering your purpose and what you want, your purpose and your passion. What you want to do in this land, because this is a land of opportunities. You can become whatever you want. I normally tell you, you can become whatever you want in this land of opportunities. It doesn't matter what you want to do. There is an opportunity for everybody. There is an opportunity for everybody. I met one of my friends in one of the grocery stores. It is just like Walmart. It is called HEB. That friend of mine, we were working together in another Walmart store when I was new in the US. And then she was doing, I think, business management or something, business administration. She was in college, courtesy of Walmart store. And she finished her bachelor's. And after she finished her bachelor's, they didn't increase her salary. I think she was being paid $18. That was in 2018. She was getting paid $18 by that time. They didn't increase her salary after she finished college. And because there is no contract that says once we pay for your tuition, you have to work for us for this particular, they don't care. They can pay for your education, you finish and you quit. They don't care. There is no contract or there is no strings attached. So once she saw like they are not increasing her salary or maybe promoting her, she looked for another job in another grocery store, the newest in town, HEB. She went there as a manager, and her salary as we speak right now, she's making $35 in a grocery store, HEB grocery store, because she became what she wanted. Actually, she's African. I think she's from the Gambia. You know about the Gambia, whatever. Yeah, that country. She's from that country, and she's doing good. Moving from $18, I think by the time she was leaving, she was 19. From $19 to $35, she's making good money, and she only goes to work 4 days a week. 4 days a week. I met her at HEB, and I was like, what are you doing here? I left you at Walmart. And that's when she gave me this story, and she was like, I love it here. I love it here. I work 4 days, 10 hours every day, and if I want to do another job I can, but I don't. I want to raise my kids. I want to spend time with my family. That $5 that I am making here is enough. Is enough. Yeah, that is it. Because once you do a bachelor's degree at tuition sponsored here at Walmart, they will not sponsor for your master's. So there is no need for you to stay at the same place, and you have the bachelor's. It is better you move, because they will not eventually pay for your master's. So there is no need to join master's if you are not that good pocket wise to afford it yourself. So that is what she's doing. She's making 35. She has a bachelor's, no student loan. She is doing amazing. She's raising her family, her young kids, spends time with her young kids, and all the weekends she's off. She's off in the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. So she has enough time to spend with her family. She's off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then from Tuesday to Friday, she goes to work, and she's doing amazing. So that is her. And she told me, when we met earlier in 2018, she told me she wanted to join nursing, and then she tried and she was discouraged. She was not discouraged, actually. She was encouraged by other Africans ladies, but when she joined, she was like, I don't think I will do this. This is not my thing. I think I am good in running in an office, managing, administration. That is her job. And that's where she is. She's a manager, and she's doing good. Actually, she's the one who told me about the Walmart tuition program. But by that time, I was so new, I couldn't understand what she was telling me, and I wish I listened to her, because I would be finished by this time. I would be finished by this time. But I thank God for the time that I enrolled, and Walmart paid for my fees, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to Walmart. Okay, yeah. So even you who is planning to come, it is worth it if you feel like it is worth it. Because if you have kids, they will definitely enjoy free education, free primary education, free high school education, no school uniform, just school supplies, and sometimes churches and other organizations provide school supplies for free. So it is worth it. For me, I can say it is worth it. It is worth it. But remember, if you have a business in Kenya, if you run a business in Kenya, take your time. Know if you want to leave your business still running or you want to close it. This is because some of us, we came here, we closed our businesses back home. We came here and we started to work on ourselves, starting from scratch, growing. And then we start now investing back home. If you have invested back home, I don't think it is wise to close your business, or maybe to sell your land, or maybe to sell your cars or whatever. If you are in that investment, take your time, sit down, analyze your life, what you want to do, why do you want to come to the US, what are your plans, your family plans, your personal plans, your future, your children. If you want to move back to Africa later, if you want to retire in the US, it's up to you to call yourself a meeting and ask yourself what you want to do in future, what you want to do now in America and in your country in future, and also at the present. Okay, yes, so I thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I have touched someone's life, but I can't tell you quit your job, come here. I can't. I normally tell you, if you work in a prestigious position and you feel like it is very hard for you to leave your benefits, leave your whatever, because most of the companies give benefits, annual benefits towards the end of the year, be wise. You can take a time off from work, come here, test the waters, see for yourself, and then you can go back. Either go back kabisa, or continue with your work, or maybe go back and quit after you have gotten your benefits, because don't leave those benefits. Don't leave those benefits. Play your cards well. It is upon you to make the right decision. But for those people who work and they get less than 100,000 Kenyan shillings, there is nothing to think about. Come one, come all. If you make a less than 100,000, come one, come all. Even if you make more than that, 300k per month in Kenya, that is, think twice and thrice, weigh your options, the future of your kids, and how much money you pay for their school fees, how much you are left with. Just sit down and analyze. Sit down with your family, and also sit down, call yourself for a meeting and analyze all those factors, and then you'll make the decision of your life, which you'll not regret later. Okay, yes. In the matter of security, I prefer security in the US than in Africa. I feel safer here than in Kenya. Actually, I feel safer here than in Kenya. Yes, I feel safer here, but there are so many factors to consider. Of course, money is one of them. Security is another. Education, healthcare, all those factors. Put them in a basket and analyze for yourself and make the right decision. That is, if you feel that you make more, if you feel that it is not the right decision for you to come, it's up to you to make the decision. I'm not here to tell you come. I am telling those who make less than 100k to come. There is nothing to think about that. If you make less than 100, don't hesitate. When you find an open door to the US, just go. Come to the US. Yeah, US is for you. Yeah, it is just a matter of months, and you'll be like asking, you wish you came earlier. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Shiko Hope, and this is where we give nothing but hope. We say it is possible. God bless you as you prepare to come, and as we prepare to get the results on 4th of May. And I hope you will be among the number of those who will be selected. I'm so happy to announce to you that we'll be live, checking the results live on this channel, Shiko Hope TV USA. Hopefully we are going to celebrate you. Yes, so come one, come all. We have a date on 4th of May, that Saturday, so that we'll spend the time together celebrating the winners. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye.